Sasa tumezoea upigwe 2017 upigwe 2022 kwani ya 2023.
Daddy. Kazi. Wazi. Nataka pia. Halo. Eh. Haya sawa. Wacha ndio natafuta vile nitatoka, siwezi tembea peke yangu.
Napita hapa.
Nani? Makarao? Wako pale mbele kwa kona.
Nisikuwa nafuata nipitilie ndani. Unajua? Wako huko? President?
Hapana.
Inagonga. Inagonga.
Lazima tuandamane hiyo maandamano. Leo lazima apite.
Power to the people, power!
This is level.
Power to the people! Power to the people!
Opera, ni kuanzia hapo mpaka pale mwisho. Kuanzia hapo na juu mpaka hapo kuliko. Ndio wale masanse huko. Wanakuja tu malapa hapa hivi. kitu hapa sasa.
Unajua penye tumetoka. Tumeingia tu kidogo guys. The ring is here.
Songesha hii ni hip hop. Kwaje baba?
Utawala kifunga tunakataa.
Haya, ondokeni sasa. Mtuma sasa kuna pingu. Mtuma ako wapi? Siende. Ungemweka pingu. Hiyo anafanya yako pingu hiyo.
Wekeni pingu. Yangu iko. Ba. Wewe acha usifanye kazi yako. Hello?
Wewe hapa toka kama
wewe, very good. Hivyo. Nayo, mpaka central. Hiyo. Nenda dereva.
Bana niko ndani. Niko ndani.
wewe songa mbele kidogo.
Lakini hatuogopi kuda.
Rudi nyuma.
Hatuogopi.
Gari ya gate.
Wewe msawangu.
Naulizaje? Ulipo ile siri. Umeweza kumwona mtu mmoja. Hapa hivi kwa safe. Ni out. Hawezi kuja.
Jamaa kuna confidence nyingine kitu. Hata ujamaa alikuwa anaangalia side nyingine ni roho. Ribono tu everywhere.
Vamos, siete.
moto.
Nataka nimekwambia vitu kama hivi niambie kuletee. Unaonea kuna kukuli.
Haji mzee amenyamaza bana. Si aseme I support at least. Aseme tu only one word.
Kupiti.
Alafu wakuona
Demo.
hizi za siku kwa TV zile model.
Wako wapi? Haya, twende, twende. Let's go. Let's go, let's go.
Dogo hivi. Unajua kwa mimi na gari kwa ungekuwa leo kutembea. Ni gari ziko pale kwa kona. Hapa kwa kona.
hata niko karibu kwenda. Some kando na watu black sana. Brian. Just a car. So, nikate maisha 9 tatu. Kama bado mgonjwa drive maisha 9 tatu kati. Haya sawa. jamaa.
Hiyo ni yenye umetutumia. Why should you fire live arms to unarmed people?
generations. I refuse the devil to destroy this nation. I command the power of God to reach the Ruto and his followers and pull every stronghold of the devil. This nation is God's gift to Kenyans. Kenyan generations. Kenyan generations. Fear not. Fear not. Let me read for you a scripture. Are they coming here? Okay. So I can read.
Za shida.
Niko nayo.
Mambo.
Poa sana. Hainisaidii. Mask hainisaidii.
Naona vile unalia sasa. Kinga ngani nako. Hapo na kitu mbele yani. Ana kitu wapi?
Unaweza kata. So sasa unaweza kata, so nataka kudislodge nitoke hapa, hakuna action inaisha. Haya.
I command the power of God to reach the Ruto and his followers and pull every stronghold of the devil. This nation is God's gift to Kenyans. Fear not. Fear not. Let me read for you a scripture. Are they coming here? Okay. So I can read.
After which the chair of the Finance Committee announced some amendments to the Draconian Finance Bill 2024-2025. From the outset, it is important to note that the process of development of the Finance Bill has happened exclusively under the remote control of the President, to the exclusion of members of Parliament from the opposition, concluding in today's PR exercise at State House that comes. The Finance Bill is purely their baby. I wish to take this opportunity to raise specific concerns that I have regarding the document and why I shall and disconnected this administration is from the day reality of life for ordinary Kenyans. The same can be said of the intention to charge excise duty on vegetable oil. While we the most significant cost in the value addition of sugar illustrates how haphazard the policy products will place undue burden on the people of Kenya. Manufactured products are yet to meet the demand in terms of quality and quantity, and therefore their consequently, Kenyans are set to pay more for sanitary towels, diapers, condemn the mass arrests of peaceful protesters.
Let me read for you a scripture. Are
time and is no longer acceptable. We demand for the immediate release of the people who have been arrested, for it is their constitutional right to picket, and or to the chair of the Finance Committee announced some amendments. William Ruto, Kenya is not your personal 2025, and you will not silence the people. It is important to note that the process of development of the finance bill has happened exclusively under the remote control of the president, to the exclusion of members of parliament from the opposition in his individual capacity for gross violation of the freedom of speech and the right to picket and protest, which is enshrined in our Constitution 2010. As I add, today we have been treated to an exercise, a PR exercise at State House, stating that there are some taxes which were imposed initially in the finance bill that have been dropped. I want to state clearly that Kenya as a nation depends on 80% of imported goods, including toothpick, tissue papers, foodstuff, including eggs, chicken. We are importing all these commodities, and therefore, as you purport to only remove the taxation on the locally produced goods, but you still raise the tax on the imports, the imported goods, the person who is going to bear this burden is the common mwananchi, is the boda boda rider, is the mama boga on the ground, is the common diapers. This is still going to raise the cost of living in our country. We are not going to accept to take it lightly, and we are urging Kenyans to still come out in large numbers, congratulating them for the demonstrations that they've held in Nairobi today. And we urge all Kenyans from different parts of this country to come out, from every ward, from every constituency, from every sub-county, from every county, and the nationwide demonstrations should be held in a very coordinated way and manner to show this regime that the power belongs to the people. That Article 1 of the Kenyan Constitution gives us the mandate, gives the people the mandate that the sovereignty only belongs to the people and nobody else. Ruto, being the president of the country, has a fiduciary duty. Is only holding this seat in trust for Kenyans. This seat does not mean that it is his personal property, and therefore, without the removal of the taxes on the imported goods, which is further going to raise the cost of living, therefore demonstrations must just proceed as they've started. We will soon join you in these demonstrations after our debates, and I urge all members of parliament to still vote no, vote against the draconian, the oppressive finance bill that has caused untold sorrows in the lives of Kenyans. In our education sector, we want education to be made free. We want free education at the high school level. We want free education at the university level. And we also want free health care. We want health to be made free because Kenyans are suffering. It is not just about creating a problem and then having a solution for that problem, as we've experienced today by the president. This cheap PR we will not allow. You are only allowed to rig elections, but you cannot rig an economy. You cannot rig development. And now we are waiting for you. Asante sana. I invite my colleague, Honorable Mwago, to say a word.
Thank you, members of the four states.
From different parts of this,
I join my colleague, Honorable in congratulating Kenyans, both online and even the ones who have presented themselves physically today in the streets of Nairobi in Kare constituency. I support them fully and want to thank them for standing up and fighting against this draconian bill and actually bringing their leaders to account through SMSs, through pressure in social media, bringing the MPs to the account to be true representatives of the people and what the people desire and their stand on this finance bill. We support the people's stand on we are rejecting the finance bill in totality, and actually we join in condemning the police for actually harassing people who are purported to be their bosses. The voters are the ones who are being taxed so that property, and therefore, without the removal that the government run, they rely on the taxes from the people who are demonstrating today, and it's very impunitive to actually punish the people who are your bosses. As you keep on telling us that you respect your bosses, you start by respecting your bosses. If you're making decisions that harass, that do not favor your bosses, you should respect those decisions. We are rejecting this finance bill in totality because in the last year we had another finance bill, 2023-2024, which we rejected, but they used their numbers and marshaled them in parliament. They marshaled their numbers in parliament and had it passed. But we are asking, what are the implications of the last year's finance bill? What has it gained for the people? The impact it has had on the economy, and how has it affected the livelihoods of our people? Before proceeding to another finance bill, we should be told how accountable and equitable was the last finance bill and how it has performed. Because we understand even the 11 targets, they missed them with the last year's finance bill. So by the president, this cheap PR, we will not allow. You are only allowed to rig elections, but you cannot rig. It was done by a group of MPs from the Kenya government and the president and his co-hosts. We are not aware of what amendments they have done, and that is why we are saying if they have done some amendments, we are asking the speaker to suspend the debate, the tabling of that finance bill today, and we are asking for the Committee on Finance to go back and redraft a new finance bill and bring it back to the people for them to correct fresh ideas from the people and public participation to happen again, so that there's no rush in passing this bill. Let Kenya up and fighting against this draconian bill and actually bringing their leaders to account through SMSs, through pressure in social media, bringing the MPs to the account to be. And we're asking for total withdrawal of finance bill until they bring up another finance bill with the new amendments that support the people's stand on the.
I just wanted to see an ambassador interrupting the current finance bill. I don't think you would be kind enough to mention the ambassadors.
About that, we are still getting.
They rely on the taxes from the people who are demonstrating today, and it's very impunitive to actually punish the people who are your bosses. As you keep on telling us that you respect your bosses, you start. After which the chair of the finance committee announced some amendments to the draconian finance bill 2024-2025. From the outset, it is important to note that the process of development of the finance bill has happened exclusively under the remote control of the president, to the exclusion of members of parliament from the opposition, concluding in today's PR exercise at State House that comes. Before proceeding to another finance bill, we should be told how a finance bill is purely their baby. Even the 11 targets, I wish to take this opportunity with the last year's finance bill. So by the president, this cheap PR we will not allow. You are only allowed to rig elections, but you cannot rig. It was done by a group of MPs from the Kenya government and the president and his
Mr. Speaker,
we are not aware of what
I want to appreciate, of course, the concern of the Member of Parliament. And for record, I also come from the same country, and I understand that
and we are asking for the Committee on Finance to go back and redraft a new finance bill.
Parliament from the opposition,
of the vehicle to the police.
concluding in today's behalf exercise at State House that comes
Before proceeding to another finance bill, we should be told how our
finance bill is purely their baby.
even the living target
I wish to take this opportunity.
in the last year's finance bill. So I
By the President, this we will not allow. You are only allowed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker,
it was done by a group of
the
MPs
answer that I've just
from
heard
the Kenya Kusha government and the president and his
is a true misrepresentation of facts on the ground
of the member of parliament.
and a perpetuation of escapism that all governments have been doing around that area.
we're asking for the
Honorable Speaker, the problem in that area is known by everybody, including the one who asked this question. This problem must be traced from the 1660s. The migration of people was happening in this country. And Honorable Speaker, the 2019 has listened to the complaints of the people of Kuria and the complaints of the people from Kilgoris and the people of the Maasai in that area. So, Honorable Speaker, it is unfair for us to continue receiving answers that are not solving the problem. And it is also not true that the people of Kuria are not in court. The honorable member knows that in Kilgoris there is a running court case around this matter. In Nakuru there is a running court case around this matter. He himself knows he has appeared before the National Land Commission and over this same matter. The National Land Commission is even continuously, as we speak, reviewing this matter. So, Honorable Speaker, this answer is not helpful. It is not an answer that is meant to help the communities that are out there. And, Honorable Speaker, there is no such thing as the Kuria having no rights there. The Kuria have documented rights. If you go to the National Archives, you will find the agreements that were written by the colonial governments during that, and there is no government that gets. Governments exist in perpetuity. So the colonial government did record the agreements. The people of Kuria are rightfully claiming that land, and the matter is being frustrated by senior government officials over the years. Every government that has been in this country since independence has continuously frustrated the rights that the people of Kuria have been laying over this. And that is why, Honorable Speaker, you are not being told that in 2019, the National Land Commission did award the Kuria community that said piece of land. It's only 20,000 acres. And the National Land Commission, if you go to the Kenya Gazette, it did the Kenya Gazette January 2019. The people of Kuria were awarded by none other than a commission of this country, a legal commission, the National Land Commission. So, Honorable Speaker, this is a scheme to keep this matter in court and continue frustrating the people of Kuria, purporting that they have no right to live in Rift Valley. In Tanzania, the people of Kuria live in Tanzania, in Rift Valley. In other jurisdictions...
You've made your point.
Yes, Your Honorable Speaker, and we cannot continue having the... And Honorable Speaker, it can also be traced in 1989, when in Kilgoris, there is a court...
You've made your point, Kitayama.
Tongoyo,
Nakuru there is a running court
are you
case around
misleading
this
the
matter.
House?
He himself knows
Mr.
he has
Speaker,
been out.
Hold on, Tongoyo, let's hear Sunguli first.
And over this same
Sunguli.
matter, the National
Yeah,
Land
but
Commission
Mr.
is even
Speaker, in
continuously
view of
is as we speak,
comments
reviewing
by
this
my
matter.
friend,
So,
very
Honorable
dear
Speaker,
friend of mine,
this
Honorable
answer is
Kitayama,
not the problem.
isn't it now in order
It is not
that you
an
direct the
answer
chairman
meant
to
help
come
the
up with a more
communities that
researched
are out
answer?
there. And Honorable
Because,
Speaker,
Mr. Speaker, when I walked into
there
this
is
house,
no such
I
thing
did not
as
know
the-
that the Kuria
as
people
Kuria
of
having no
Kuria
rights
district,
there.
of
The
Migori
Kuria have
district, of
documented
Migori
rights. If you go to
county
the National
are
Archives,
out
you
on
will
an act of
find
aggression,
the agreements
and that
that
they
were written
claim
by the colonial government
land which is in Transmara. Isn't it in order for the chairman to ask the government to come up with a clear boundary of between Migori County and Narok County, because we all live in our own homes, and where people are going to trace their historical rights, that we are not going to get to the bottom of the problem, and we are not going to get an answer. So can you direct the chairman that he has not answered this question, and that let him go and get a more researched answer which is satisfactory and which will dissuade my colleagues from Kuria from claiming the land from in Transmara?
Yes, Kitayama.
If you go to the Kenya
This
Gazette,
time take
it
less
did
time.
to the Kenya Gazette, January 2019.
Honorable
The people
Speaker,
of Kuria were awarded by none other than
the constitution of this country
a legal commission
allows anybody to buy land anywhere within the jurisdiction of this country. History has recorded how the people of Kuria acquired that land. It is in the records of government. It is in the records. And this is not a matter of Migori County or Transmara or Rift Valley County. This is a matter that our people own land in any other part of this country. Whether that part will be in Rift Valley, there is nowhere in the constitution that says that the people of Kuria can only be in Migori. And if there is such, I would like to be shown. The same way that all other communities reside in Rift Valley, they reside in Nyanza, they reside in other regions, is the same way that the people of Kuria have a right to reside in Rift Valley. So and he himself, he knows. His own farm. There are people of Kuria who reside on his own farm. He knows that. The people of Mashangwa are Kuria people who live in Rift Valley. So he cannot now turn around and say that the Kuria people can only be found in Migori. In Tanzania, we are found everywhere. In Rift Valley, in Mara, everywhere, in every part. And Mr. Speaker, we are not going to be subjected to that kind of warmongering, which started in 1989. And we all know who are the leaders in that time when the people of Kuria were flushed from their land in that area that is called Muyui. And this is a fact that is recorded very, very well. It has been properly prosecuted, and I'm ready, Honorable Speaker, if this House was to set up even a tribunal to look into it, and you'll be surprised, Mr. Speaker, who will live with egg on face over this matter.
Tongoyo. Order, Sunguli. This cannot be a ping pong between you and Kitamaya.
Anybody to buy land anywhere within the jurisdiction of this country.
Okay, Sunguli.
History.
So, Speaker, this is not about the Kuria who live in Transmara. The Kuria who live in Transmara live in a place called Mashangwa. They are my voters, and their rights are protected. These aggressors to Angata are people from a village called Nyanderema, who are voters of my colleague there. They live in a different county. They don't have title on any land. And I do not want to say that the Constitution says this or that. The Constitution is very clear that if you have land, then you have property over it. And a tribe does not come in. But I'm not talking about the people of Mashangwa. The people of Mashangwa have rights. They have land. We are giving them more locations. We are giving them more sub-locations. We are giving them a road. And they are very well protected. The people of Nyanderema have no rights. on the land of other people. The land belongs to the people of Angata.
Kuria who reside on his own farm. He knows that. The
Order.
people of Mashangwa are Kuria people who live in Rift Valley.
Both of you
so
are actually saying the same thing. The chairman of the committee said the land in issue
in Tanzania we have
as a contest between people from the Kipsigis community, the Maasai community, and the Kuria community.
We are not going
if you need more details, go to the committee and prosecute your case.
Which started in 1989. And we all know.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Who are the leaders
Mr. Speaker, listening keenly to the both members of Parliament, it is just confirming what I had earlier said, that the whole problem has been an issue of ownership of land, and it has got a very long history. Mr. Speaker, on issues as complex as this, it goes beyond the mandate of security alone. It is a cross-cutting issue. It touches on issues of land dealt within the Ministry of Land, and actually many a times also call for a political solution, that such leaders and all of us may occasionally or at times need to be called upon to help address the problem. So what I want to say, Mr. Speaker,
this is not about the Kuria.
let the leadership between the Sunguli and all of us and the people concerned able to look in an amicable way to address the problem, because it goes beyond a security issue. It touches land, it touches on the issue of boundaries. There are several cases in court talking into the same. So, Mr. Speaker, maybe I will suggest that, depends on you can guide, that we let the leaders able to see whether we can able to look a situation where we can able to address at a higher level, that all the players, including the Ministry of Land, the administration and political class, to sit down and look for a lasting solution into this problem.
They have land. We are giving them more.
Thank you.
Location.
Yes, Honorable Wandai.
We are giving them a road, and they have.
You know, Honorable Speaker, I have listened keenly to the response from the very able chair of National Security Committee, my friend Honorable Tongoyo. But I am left wondering, because you know this house.
He knows that.
Order.
Are Kuria people who live in Rift Valley.
Both of you
so
are actually saying the same thing. The chairman of the committee said the land in issue
in Tanzania we have
as a contest between people from the Kipsigis community, the Maasai community, and the Kuria community.
We are not going
if you need more details, go to the committee and prosecute your case.
Which started in 1989. And we all know.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, listening keenly to the both members of Parliament, it is just confirming what I had earlier said, that the whole problem has been an issue of ownership of land, and it has got a very long history. Mr. Speaker, on issues as complex as this, it goes beyond the mandate of security alone. It is a cross-cutting issue.
Where we can able to and that therefore will give the people of Kuria, the Kipsigis, the Maasai an opportunity to sit down as elders to get a solution instead of a more administrative solution that may not be acceptable to all. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Tongoyo, you come from the county where this issue is coming from. I would advise you that you have a session in your committee with the two members, and if you want to escalate the matter, you can involve the lands committee to see how to resolve the matter without raising passions. Minority Leader and Owen Bayer, if you want to set up a committee, you know the procedure. Next order.
Order number 8, procedural motion, resolution to hold a Thursday morning sitting.
Honorable Majority Leader, where is Ichungwa?
The leader is here. Let me come and do it to himself. On issues as complex as this, it goes beyond the mandate of security.
Majority Leader, move your procedural motion.
This House resolves to hold a morning sitting on Thursday, 20th June 2024, commencing at 9:30 a.m. This is not the plan. This is committee. Bringing this resolution to allow members the finance bill of 2024-2025, which we expect to be tabled in the course of this sitting by the Chair of Finance. And also, Honorable Speaker, considering that many members are very interested in contributing to the debate on the finance bill, we thought it would be wise to have a morning sitting on Thursday. We will have tomorrow the whole day from 9:30 all the way up to 9 p.m. Then we also allow members Thursday morning. Honorable Speaker, as you directed during the House Business Committee earlier today, we have up to 5 p.m. on Thursday for debate of the second reading of that bill. Honorable Speaker, there is also priority business in considering the Senate amendments to the IBC bill. Honorable Speaker, as members are aware, there are two constituencies that still have no representation in this House and are bound to have by-elections, but we cannot do that because we do not have an IBC commission. And therefore, it's imperative that we consider the amendments that were done to that bill by the other House, consider them, and if you agree with them, then that bill can be assented into law, and we kick off the process of the recruitment of new IBC commissioners. With that, Honorable Speaker, I beg members to support, agree with that, the House Business Committee, that we do have that Thursday morning sitting. I wish to request the leader of minority, who is also a member of the House Business Committee, to second. I beg to move.
Honorable Speaker, second the motion, but I want to add the following. Obviously, members from across the political divide would want adequate time to be able to contribute to the matter of the finance bill at the second reading stage. And that's why it is the wisdom of the House Business Committee that we allocate enough sitting days. That is Wednesday morning, tomorrow, Wednesday afternoon, Thursday morning, and possibly Thursday afternoon, for members to be able to contribute effectively and for their constituents to get to know where they stand on this very important matter. Honorable Speaker, secondly, I want to agree that the matter of the IBC is so crucial. Honorable Speaker, we now have two constituencies that have got no representation in this House. That is Banisa constituency in Mandera County,
we have up to 5 p.m.
and Magarini constituency in Kilifi County. Honorable Speaker, the case of Banisa constituency is very sad, extremely sad, that they have lacked representation in this House from March last year, Honorable Speaker. And you all know, Honorable Speaker, the procedures for constituting the IBC, even after this bill is finally enacted into law, is going to take some time, Honorable Speaker, maybe 4 months or so, Honorable Speaker. So I think it is in order, therefore, that we approve this motion, but as soon as we do so, I have been trying to to scan around. I can't see the chair of the Committee on Finance in the House, and yet I've been waiting eagerly to lay my hands on the report of the committee. Because this morning, we were treated to some very juicy news by Honorable Kimani Chungwa and the chair from State House about certain measures they have taken on the finance bill. But as I always say, the taste of the pudding lies in the eating. Until and unless we see the report of the committee containing those very far-reaching amendments that we were made to understand what have been made, we cannot be sure, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, we want to see that report eagerly. We are waiting here eagerly to see that report and to dissect it and to go through it with a tooth comb before we can make informed decisions, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, with those preliminary remarks, I support the motion. Thank you. I support this committee.
The honorable members on their feet, take your seats.
That is Wednesday morning, tomorrow.
Honorable members on their feet, take your seats.
Thursday morning and possibly Thursday afternoon. For
Members, I now propose the question,
and for their
which is that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 33C,
Honorable Speaker,
this House resolves to hold a morning sitting on Thursday,
the matter of the IBC
20th June 2024, commencing at 9:30 a.m. for purposes of
that have
considering
got no
priority business.
representation in this House. That is
Put the question.
Banisa constituency in Mandera County.
Honorable members, I now put the question, which is that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 33C, this House resolves to hold a morning sitting on Thursday, 20th June 2024, commencing at 9 a.m. for purposes of considering priority business. As members of that opinion say aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
So I think it is in order, therefore, that we approve this.
Order number 9, procedure of motion,
I have been trying to scan around
reduction of publication period or specified bill.
and yet I've been waiting eagerly to
Majority, no, Chairman, Budget and Appropriations Committee.
by Honorable Kimani
Dindi
Chungwa
Nyoro.
and the chair from State House.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 120, that this House resolves to reduce the publication period of the Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 33 of 2024, from 7 days to 5 days. Honorable Speaker, the essence of this is because the calendar that we have now between today and next week is very tight. We'll be discussing very major and far-reaching policy instruments in this House, and especially the Finance Bill alongside the Appropriations Act or Bill. And Honorable Speaker, the essence of this is for us to meet the timelines as we move to the close of this financial year by end of this month. And Honorable Speaker, at the same time, we have still given ample time even for members to peruse and interrogate the appropriation bill, because Honorable Speaker, as members are aware, these two processes that we'll be having are intertwined. And the reason we have decided that we have the appropriation bill after the finance bill is because this is a very democratic House and the country is very democratic, and we want us to first trace where the monies are coming from even before we finalize on the appropriation bill, so that whatever members may feel around the appropriation, the finance bill, can also be taken care of in the appropriations bill, Honorable Speaker, so that we are able to balance our revenue and expenditure. And I am hopeful that we'll be looking at these matters in a very objective manner, because we are all, Honorable Speaker, looking forward into the many programs that we have undertaken to complete and undertake. For example, electricity in our constituencies will be getting 50 million per constituency, and all the others, including the increment in the agricultural sector, in the CDF and all the other elements that are very important for service delivery in regards to the Kenyan people. Also the monies that we are appropriating to our counties, which is 400.1 billion shillings, is also hedged, Honorable Speaker, on this bill, but alongside this bill, also the revenue side, which is the motion that is a heavy motion before us, which will be moved by the chairman, Honorable Kimani Kuria. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move and request that the Honorable, the very able Didimas Barasa, or Bill, the man of Kofia, to second this motion. For us to meet the timelines as we move to the close of this financial year.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second this motion. And just
Speaker,
the chair has explained, is very,
we have not,
in very good terms, very clear terms, Honorable Speaker. We have a lot that this House is going to process, and most importantly, we must meet the timeline, considering that we are coming to the end of this financial year. And Honorable Speaker, this House is beautiful. We are able to go through the finance bill, and we'll be able to understand where these monies are coming from. Without much ado, Honorable Speaker, I beg to second. Thank you.
Where the monies are coming from, even before we finalize on the appropriation bill, so that whatever members may feel around the appropriation, the finance bill, can also be taken care of in the appropriation
Commissioner
bill,
Macau, freeze or take the nearest
so
seat.
that we are able to balance our revenue
Honorable
and
members
expenditure.
are now proposed
And I am hopeful that we'll be looking at this
pursuant to the
matters
provisions
in a
of
very
Standing
objective
Order
manner,
120,
because we are
this
all,
House resolved to
Honorable
reduce the
Speaker,
publication
looking
period
forward into
of
the
the
many
Appropriation
programs
Bill, National
that you have
Assembly Bill
undertaken
number 33
to
of
complete
2024,
and undertake.
from 7
For
days
example,
to 5
electricity in our
days.
constituencies will
Put
be
the
getting
question.
50 million per constituency,
Yes,
and all the others, including the increment in
Mr. Speaker, I see no merit in reducing the dates or the days that we have in this bill. The number of days we are talking about, this bill is already published, but it is 5 days old. In fact, if we then reduce it, then it becomes ripe, which in number 10, you then can see it can be put before the House to be read a first time. So actually, mathematically, what we are talking about is 2 days. We have already passed a resolution to discuss tomorrow, to discuss the issues concerning the finance bill tomorrow. And, Honorable Speaker, the majority leader just let us know from the House business you have directed that this can go between tomorrow up to Thursday. So actually, we then can properly examine this bill if it were to be, if it were to take the 7 days on Tuesday next week, quite properly. It would have taken 7 days in the normal manner of things, and we would then begin debate on it on Wednesday, on Tuesday. Now, Mr. Speaker, for us to accept this, a person moving the bill or the person seconding must give us reasons. The only reason I have had is that we are going to discuss very important bills. But there is nothing which takes away, because the 7 days is for the common person to interact with the bill, as well as the member representing that person to interact with this bill. And so, if there is no reason other than the fact that we are going to discuss some very important issues in the course of today and tomorrow, the chair of budget has not given us a very good reason for which we have to extend this date. I submit. In reducing
Honorable
the dates
Kajwang, you are a member of House Business Committee, aren't you? And you know that allocating the finance bill, the number of days that we did, does not mean it will consume all the days. In case it ends early, then this motion becomes relevant, but it's entirely up to the House.
Number 10,
Can I put the question now?
It can be put before the House
I now put the question, which is that pursuant the provision of Standing Order 120, this House resolves to reduce the publication period of the Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 33 of 2024, from 7 days to 5 days. As members of that opinion say aye. And those of the contrary opinion say nay.
The majority leader,
the ayes
just
have
let
it.
us know from the House business you have directed that this
Honorable
can go
members,
between tomorrow up to Thursday. So actually,
honorable members, as we go to the next
properly
order,
examine this bill.
it is expected that the chairman
To take the 7 days on
of
Tuesday next week, quite properly.
the Finance Committee, member for Molo,
Normal manner of things, and
will be
then
tabling
debate
his
on it
report or his committee report
on Wednesday,
this
on
afternoon.
Tuesday. Now, Mr. Speaker,
I have not seen it
for us
yet.
to
I have to
accept
approve
this,
it to be tabled, so when I
a person
recess,
moving the bill or the
I'll
person
have to
seconding
perform
must give
that
us reasons.
function.
The only reason I
Once
have
that is done,
that we are going to discuss very important bills.
the report will be available at the
There is
table
nothing
office.
which takes away because the 7
I
days
encourage each and every honorable member
the common person
to get the
interact
report
with the bill,
either
as
from
well
the
as
table
member
office physically
representing that person
on the
to
or
interact with
on the
this bill.
parliamentary web.
And so, if there is
Read
no
through it properly.
reason other than the fact that we are going to discuss
Upon doing so,
some
we have
very
allocated
important
time
issues
as follows.
in the course of today and tomorrow,
Tomorrow morning from
the
9:30,
chair of budget has not given us a very good reason for which we
finance
have to
bill will be
extend
moved
I
by the committee chairman.
reducing
Honorable
the dates.
you are a It will be open to debate the whole of tomorrow morning, and you know that tomorrow afternoon, you have just approved a sitting for Thursday morning, and remember that tomorrow you will sit up to 9:30 or 9 in the night. Becomes relevant, but it's entirely up to the House. On Thursday morning, we'll again sit on the finance bill, and House Business Committee has directed that we will then vote on that bill on Thursday afternoon. Committee of the Whole on the same bill will come on Tuesday afternoon. Those of you who want to file any amendments, and I've seen some, have in fact approved some, although it will be more decent and proper to file your amendments after reading the report to see whether you are proposing amendments that have already been dealt with by the committee. Finance Committee. I have directed the clerk that the closure for submitting amendments will be on Thursday at 1 p.m. So those of you who want to file an amendment upon reading the report and the bill, ensure that you file your amendments once that is done at or before Thursday 1 p.m. Thereafter, you'll be time barred, and don't say you are not given proper direction. To get the report, I hope that when the bill is debated from tomorrow, you will debate from an informed position on the content of the bill, the content of the report, and what you desire the bill to be. Tomorrow morning from 9:30, thank you. Finance bill will be next order by the committee chairman.
Order number 10,
It will be
the
open to
appropriation,
debate the whole of tomorrow
appropriation
morning.
bill, National Assembly Bill number
Tomorrow afternoon.
33 of 2024,
You have just approved
first
the
reading.
sitting for Thursday morning.
A bill for an
Remember
act
that
of
tomorrow you
parliament
will
to
sit
authorize
up
the
to
issuance of
9:30
a sum of money
9 in
out
the
of the
night.
consolidated fund and its application
On
towards the
Thursday
service
morning,
of the year ending
we'll
on 30th June
again
2025
sit on the finance
and to
bill.
appropriate that sum
And House
and a
Business
sum
Committee
voted on
has
account
directed that
by the National
we
Assembly
will then
for
vote
certain
on that bill
public
on
services
Thursday
and
afternoon.
purposes.
Committee of the Whole on the same bill will come
Order number
on
11, the
Tuesday.
County Government's Additional Allocations Bill, Senate Bill number 19 of 2024, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to provide for the additional allocations to county governments for the year 2024-2025 for the 2024-2025 financial year, the responsibilities of the national government and county governments pursuant to such allocation and for connected purposes.
Whether you are proposing amendments that have already been dealt with by the committee.
Order number 12, the county Senate Bill number 25 of 2024, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to provide for the equitable allocation of revenue raised nationally among the county governments for the 2024-2025 financial year, the responsibilities of national and county governments pursuant to such allocation and for connected purposes.
So those of you who want to file next order.
Order number 13, the Care and Protection of Child Parents Bill, Senate Bill number 29 of 2023, second reading.
Beatrice Kemei, ensure that you file your amendments. You are the co-sponsor of that Senate bill. At or before. It's now your time to move the bill. 1 p.m. Thereafter, you'll be time bound. Give her the mic. Don't say you are not given proper direction. To get the report, I hope that when the bill is debated from tomorrow, you will debate from an informed position. A functioning mic, there you are.
Thank you.
The content of the report.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Care and Protection of Child Parents Bill 2023, the Senate Bill number 29 of 2023 be now read a second time.
Order number 10.
Mr. Speaker, the principal objective of the bill is to provide a legal framework for the care and protection of child parents within the counties. The framework is intended to ensure that an expectant child or a child parent may actualize their right to basic education and at the same time ensure proper care of their children and as enshrined in Article 53 of the Constitution. Honorable Speaker, 61 years since Kenya gained its independence from colonial rule, child pregnancies remain a huge concern, as they not only affect the child's ability to continue with their education, but they also impact on the government's effort in reducing poverty levels in the country. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics in the Kenya Demographic and Health Survey conducted in 2022 noted that 15% of adolescent women between 15 and 19 years have ever been pregnant, with 12% having given birth to 1% experiencing pregnancy loss, and 3% being pregnant with their first child.
For the year 2024,
Kenya National Bureau of Standards further noted that the number of teenage pregnancies is higher in rural areas, particularly in pastoralist communities, compared to urban areas. It further noted that teen pregnancies decline as the level of education rises, and further that it also declines as the level of household wealth increases. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Constitution of Kenya 2010 in Article 53(1) at B, C, and D provides for the right of a child to free and compulsory basic education, the right to basic nutrition, shelter, and health care, and the right to protection and
for the 2024-2025 financial year,
and right to protection from abuse, neglect, harmful cultural practices, all forms of violence, inhuman treatment and punishment that is there, and even exploitative labor. Honorable Speaker, Section 13 of the Child Act, number 29 of 2022, reiterates the right of a child to basic education and mandates the Cabinet Secretary in charge of children matters in consultation with the Cabinet Secretary in charge of education to develop and implement policies for the realization by every child of the Constitution of the constitutional right to education. The Basic Education Act number 14 of 2013 provides that no child should be denied admission to a public school. The above, Honorable Speaker,
now your time to move
the above notwithstanding, children who fall pregnant in school, especially those born in poor households, are likely to drop out of school so that they can fend for their babies. This not only impacts on their right to education, but also exposes them to early marriages and exploitative labor practices as they seek to fend for themselves and their children. Thank you. Madam Speaker, some schools conduct mandatory pregnancy tests without the consent of the children or of the learners, and more often than not expel any student who is discovered to be pregnant. Such children are also exposed to ridicule and harassment and are often cited as examples of bad behavior, thus often leading them to drop out of school. It is also difficult for children who have been pregnant before to be readmitted to the school or to another school. The framework is intended to ensure that an expectant child or a child parent may actualize their right to basic education and at the same time ensure proper care of their children and
Kutafuta misi ni ngumu sana. kwa Roma. ODM. ODM.
tukipigana na hao watu tutabaki hapo tukiwa insecure.
Hii ni advantage.
Sinajua. Haya, sawa.
Sasa ndakurudia hapa.
Thank you. Moja kwa moja. If your story can't run, my brother, uko sawa? Hawa okay. Ama ni aje?
But now we're with you.
Good time.
Katikati kwa line of fire.
Oh God! Oh no! No! Fuck! Shit! Oh, what can we do? Yeah. Hey! Ona dia. Ay. Hey. Fungeni mkono wake. Anini afunge mkono hiyo ndio
Karau.